Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Donald DeCarlo.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a great time. I'm going to make this short and sweet. One of the things I did learn from my Italian father early on, he says, when you speak, he says, use the three S's. Make it sincere, short, and sit down. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm honored tonight to be here and grateful to be an honoree with some of these prestigious guests. You've heard the Grand Marshal, the other honorees here. I wish all of them well, and thanks to the good help of the Columbus Citizens Foundation, in particular Lisa Ackerman, who really held my hand through the whole process from when I was honored and notified that I was honored, and all your efforts for being here supporting this great effort of the Columbus Citizens Foundation. Between the parade and these galas, they raised, going back, I guess it was to the mid-'80s, $34 million for scholarships. That's not chump change. That's really good. Mine is not a long and agonizing story. I'll just give you a minute or so on my background. Italian, Neapolitan Italian grandparents immigrated from Italy here. My grandfather had a special role in New York. He was a dynamite foreman and worked on construction of the UN. And in those days, I don't know if they knew about licenses or what have you. He was right off the boat, blowing up ground there or, on FDR Drive. I was brought up in the Bronx and went to a public grammar school, wanted to go to high school. I was going to go to James Monroe in the Bronx. And I said, the Irish kids are smarter than us. They all go to Mount St. Michael and Cardinal Hayes. And they have a good football team. I'll go to Mount St. Michael. And my grandparents didn't direct me, but they were always supportive. And I got in and I went through there, and those Marist brothers were just great. Then I wanted to go on to college, the first one in my family from my grandparents' times. And I shopped around, being in the Bronx. Fordham was the right guess. The Jesuits at Fordham. And then I interviewed at Iona, the Irish Christian brothers. But those Jesuits know how to charge. So I went for the better deal. I went to Iona. And then great times at Iona, and started working in the insurance business and went on to night school at St. John's, another great school, good experiences there. And all of the above brought me miles ahead of, my grandparents landing here in the U.S., but only in the U.S. can Italians do it like that. That's really something else. The Columbus Club Columbus Citizens Foundation is great. I joined initially for the great food they have there, but as I found out, they do good things like the scholarship program. So I continued to stay there maybe 30 years or so. And I don't want to go on anymore except to give you a couple of quotes to end my few comments here. Quotes from people who I really admired, Italian backgrounds. First was my former law school professor, Mario Cuomo, not Andrew. That's giving my age away. Mario was just great. And he used to have all these prophetic sayings. One of them you heard already, I think, in what was up here. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. And I would twist that a little and say, if it feels good, it's probably good. And that's what the Columbus Citizens Foundation is doing with this. And then finally, I'm inactive with the Catholic Church, very much so. With my good friend, Bishop Damasio, I'm pleasantly surprised to see me here tonight. The Sales Media, who puts out the tablet for those of you who get it in your jurisdictions. They have a net TV. And so I'm on the board of the Sales Media, and some of the things I get from that is some quotes here and there from St. Francis de Sales, who, by the way, was half Italian, a little French, but mostly Italian. And one of his famous saying is, "For it is in giving that we receive." And with that, I want to end my speech. Thank you very much.